Hey everybody, I am here with the Captain Marvel Space Ace jacket, which I finished a few weeks ago, but then that happened. There was flooding. So it's been a little while, but I wanted to get this video up and kind of walk you through how I make these, because I still don't have a pattern for this one. So there are two things to know about the design of this jacket. First of all, it's a raglan. Second of all, when working this jacket, this space here, which is yellow if you're going by the classic colors, has to be 4 inches. And then from here to here, all of this white here has to be 8 inches. And that is the trick to making this jacket look right on everyone. And so when you get the measurement, and in this case, this is a 20-inch torso. So it's 4 inches here, it's 8 inches here, and then I split the difference with the wide band at the bottom, and then a slightly smaller bit of color here in the black at the top. And this is just something I know from having worked on it for so long and made so many of these. I think this is like my 7th or 8th one that I've made. So yeah, that's the big trick to always making it look right, is that gray with the white stripe, that's 4 inches. That big white spot there, that's 8 inches. Everything else can be adjusted slightly. It's really kind of that simple. So the way this works, like I said, this is a raglan construction, so it is worked with 4 continuous increases all the way down until you get to the width of the torso, and then you join and you finish working down, and then you add the rest of the sleeve at the end of that. The way that I get these measurements is I actually have a schematic that I use, that I send to people when I'm making this for them, and I say, give me these numbers and that's what I'll work with. And so it's always terrifying to only work off measurements that you have not taken yourself. But every time I've done it, it's worked. So there you go. So let's talk through some of the details. This, the medallion at the center of the chest is worked. This is a half circle. It comes out to 30 stitches. And then each one of these points is attached individually and stitched out across. So it's 5 stitches, 5 stitches, 5, 5, 5, 5. And so those get attached as I go. And then I weave in a whole bunch of ends. And then this outline is just taking a double strand of this white, or I believe it's red on the original, and just outlining the shape of the star. You'll notice that there is some extra bit here. I think I finally figured out how to make it so this extra bit goes away, because I'm a perfectionist, so it bothers me. It has never bothered anyone who's ever seen the jacket, but it bothers me. And so I did make a couple of changes to this from my usual build, besides the colors, of course. So first of all, the piping, what I did was I went up a hook size and I worked surface crochet all the way up on the middle of every increase. And since raglan increases are 3 stitches, they make a little fan. And so they're really easy to follow up. And then once I did the surface crochet, I fastened off, and then I went back to where I started and did a series of single crochets, just one row of them, so it sticks out properly like piping does. The other thing I did, because when I got it done, it just looked weird to me that it stopped at the neck and didn't do anything. And so I actually went in and I did the same thing around the neck. Hoping I can get a good shot of this. In black yarn, which, yes, was absolutely awful. I hated it. It was a huge pain in the ass. Nothing like surface crocheting black yarn to black yarn. And actually, I think you can see that I goofed a bit on my line. But what that does, I mean, it's very, very subtle, but you can tell that there is supposed to be a definition. There's definition there. And then for the collar, usually when I do the collar, I work 3 to 5 rows of double crochet and then use wire along the edge here. And I've been wanting to move away from that because the wire can get very pokey. And so what I did instead was I worked, this is actually, yeah, you can see it. This right here, this little clear piece, this is beading elastic. And so I worked that through the entire neck piece, and then I also worked it through the entire trim on the gray. And actually I have it right here. Yeah, so this is, I've yanked the name of it off, but this is all it is. It's super easy to work with. You can wrap it in with your yarn, and you just carry it along. That's the thing. You carry it along. You don't have to create stitches with it. So on the inside, woo, you can see all my bits and pieces. I'm pretty happy with my zipper sewing this time. It's always kind of iffy. I managed, because there is this, I managed to keep it within the trim as I was stitching, so I didn't have to change colors like I've done previously, which was very nice. And then, oh, there's something else I wanted to show you. Shit, what was it? I know there was something else I wanted to show you. There was something in here I definitely wanted to show you. Oh, here you can see the surface crochet from the underside. That's nice. And yeah, I've completely forgotten whatever. I felt like there was something else inside the jacket I wanted to show you. I don't remember what it was. Moving on. So last thing here, I just want to point out the sleeve. You'll note how it tapers down. And what I did there, because my original schematic just has like arm length. Like, I need your arm length from, you know, the base of the neck all the way down to the wrist, because that's how you figure out how much sleeve you need. And then what I did was I got a hold of my cosplay buddy and I said, hey, how wide is your wrist and how tight do you like your cuffs? And so I did a taper. I worked all the stitches down to this point, to the halfway point of the arm, and then I started decreasing from there so that you get this nice taper and a slightly tighter sleeve. Anything else? Oh, also, it doesn't look 100% correct on the mannequin, because Mank has this weird thing where it's like, here's what's, like, this is supposed to be the waist, this happens, and I've closed it down. The problem is this mannequin assumes that because my boobs are big, I have a wider torso than I have, and that was messing with the overall layout of the design. Oh, I remember what I was going to show you. So one of the other things that happened, so before I put the zipper in, I laid the star down and I sewed the star into place on the edge, and then I used, as you can see, like it's still loose in the back here, and then I just used the detail yarn to hold it into place on the other side. Yeah, you can see my stitches there and there. Yeah, and of course the big thing is you always want color matching thread, if you're me, because again, perfectionist. So anyway, that's the basics of the Captain Marvel jacket. I will link to the schematic that I use. I updated it after getting that arm for the taper. So I will link it so that you can grab it if you want to use it. It's super handy for me. I think it'll be super handy for you if you want to make one of these. I don't have the pattern written down for the star. I just freehand it because I know how to do it. But I will try to get some words written down and put somewhere so that you can actually grab it. Because like this is the most complicated part of the jacket, is getting the damn star made. It's a pain in the ass. But, ta-da! Alright, I'm getting out of here. See you guys later.